On to the process of documenting. This is a dual light. This was submitted in NIHERST in 2013. I will jump into the details of why and the validity of it, why you want to build something like this, what it saves, all that later on. Let's just get to the fun stuff of the actual build. So this is basically two sockets cut in the center. We'll open and see them, and essentially that's a lot of fun trying to make these holes because it's still a little off, as you can see, because basically you're fitting some from behind, watching from behind, seeing how much it's not matching, and then just trying to file that hole to flush. This is fittings that we get locally. This is actually a 6-inch pipe that is pressed out and make this end fitting. This is a 6-inch end fitting I used. This is PVC, not the correct material for thing. This is a prototype, as I said. When you're building these things, you really want to use a thermoset plastic, not a thermoplastic. It's a thermoplastic. So turn over to the other side now. This is a compact fluorescent base that I used. Took that and went in with that to get the screw in to use, and as you could see, this was pre-painted white, not flush, not the greatest. The white paint has gotten yellow over time. I'm going to open this back. Again, this was a submission in 2013. 5th of March is when it was first, the idea was proposed. The prototype was the presentation was on, I think, the 20th of August. So yeah, quite a while in between. This would have been built rather quickly because I normally submit about 6 things, and trying to build 6 things and, well, at least 3 things at one point in time is a little challenging. So this is just a compact fluorescent I have, and this is the control. Not very good, and I just took a pill container, spray painted it black, and stuck in 2 remotes in there. It did not come out perfect. I did not have time. I had multiple other submissions and I had to complete all those prototypes. So yes, not too proud of this. Definitely not too proud of this. So let's look at it in operation, and then we'll open and have a look at it inside, how it's all crammed, all the stuff wires in there. Alright, so now we have bulbs installed. As I said, I will get into the details a bit more of why it's being done, but basically the concept here is you put on one bulb with the switch. This is our traditional switch, so bulb comes on, bulb comes off, as you can clearly see. Now this is our energy saving bulb. It's really good. 90% of the time we're going to be using this one, and it comes on and off with the light switch, right? So there's no loss of functionality should we lose our remotes. However, if we put on the system, we can then take it off with this one. On is off on this, unfortunately. So I can take it on and I can put it off. So I can put on and take off this bulb via remote. This exists. This existed in 2013. There's nothing great about that. I mean, that is common. What is good about this is I can do this. So let's say I'm in a living room. I need to use, normally I'm watching TV, don't normally need bright light. I have me a remote control light. I can put on, take off, put on, take off, right? Put on, take off, put on, take off. Fine. If anything, I lose my remote. Don't have it. I can do this. It comes on. What the hell is going on there? Right. I was just tripping. Anyway, I can just put it on, take it off like normal with my switch. So I lost my remote, no problem. I have my remote. I can take it off, put it on, remote. I can then, if I need to read, jump across and put on my bright light. This is not energy efficient. We don't want to use this 95% of the times. When we need it, we need it. And who's going to go up there and unscrew a bulb, right? I mean, realistically, who's going to go up and unscrew a bulb? So what you're going to do is choose the brighter light, because if 5% of the time or 10% of the time you need it, you really need it, right? So you prefer just keep the brighter light. This allows you the flexibility of doing that. What it also does is, look at this. I can switch both on. That's a good thing about it. I can actually switch both on. And even if they're both on, and I lost my remote, I can take it off with the traditional switch. So I've lost no functionality. I have the ability to switch between different light intensities, and I have the ability to remotely control. This did not exist in the market in 2013. I have not checked to see if it does exist now. It probably still doesn't. um, Unfortunate, I have not been able to really push this, and I probably won't actually. To really manufacturing of these things require lots of capital. Competing with China is impossible. So yeah, it was a nice concept. It still is brilliant. I hope someone brings it on the market. So this is the inside of the device. Most people would have wondered why I used two remotes. Simply because this is what I had, and these are single on-off remotes. Really, the advantage would have been one that had two different switching options. And if I had that, it would be one remote. I wouldn't have to do a stupid case and everything else. It would just be one remote with switch on option 1, option 2. So that's it. Two remotes, obviously, two different boards, two different circuits completely. Right, and I've used a piece of plastic in between to kind of separate them to ensure you have no electrical disasters going on. These are the outlets I discussed. Cutting these, they really smell badly. I mean, they really badly smell. Anyway, they're brittle, right? But anyway, this is cotton, and this is a 12 volt switch mode power supply from some device. I don't know. I just sort of nicked it from somewhere. So essentially speaking, the 120 comes in here, right? I've had to cut these traces in on there so that I could switch the 120 in from here, because normally these are 12 volt switching, but the relay is rated at 120, so there's no problem. In fact, the relay is rated at 250, so it's no problem actually doing that. A bit of hot snot all over the place, right? So I've cut it in and slipped in 120 here and make it switchable, and I've run those and wired this in with the 120, and then this comes in, the 120 comes in here and provides the 12 to feed these two boards to basically power the control side of this. So yeah, not too much, and this is part of the reason. Part of the reason is 6 inches is to fit everything in there. Obviously this could have been done on one board, and this could have been done a lot smaller if it was, that was available. The second thing is separation for the bulbs. You don't want to have bulbs so close that they're touching each other, especially when you have brighter bulb. Now I showed as an incandescent. Obviously what you really want to do is probably 2 compact fluorescents, something of a little better higher rating and something of a lower rating. And this is just the reverse side of that. Little tabs glued in with PVC glue, and that's where the screws screw into. So this pretty much concludes the inside of it, and we'll just talk briefly after on the reason, although it's largely touched on already. Quickly capping off with some basic economics that was presented. Assume the price of 20 US, which is comparable to the price of this single bulb options on the market at least at the time. And if you say that your low power bulb is 13 watts, your high power bulb is 26 watts, both compact fluorescent, basically 6 hours a day, assuming you would end up with about 28.47 kilowatts saved in a year. And if we jump to different countries now, taking New York at 20 cents per kilowatt hour, London at 19 cents per kilowatt hour, you can see the numbers working out, and you can see in less than 4 years time, give or take, this device could be back for itself. It should survive 4 years. Again, that is, it depends on the level of manufacture. Chinese stuff, you could never tell. But in the green movement, sometimes it isn't always the price also. Sometimes it is actually just people's desire to make a contribution towards the environment and put out what it takes to just reduce the carbon footprint.